Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday. We would like to welcome you to Revealing Special Olympics Champions with Special Olympics Minnesota. My name is Danny, and I am a program and athlete leadership manager here with Special Olympics Minnesota. And I am going to toss our show right over to our host, Nell, who is going to introduce you to our guest this month. So, hey, Nell.
Hey, welcome everybody. I get the pleasure of introducing Jeff Prendergast and Lindsey Swanson, our health programs coordinators. Welcome, guys.
All right. Thanks for having us.
I'm so glad to be here.
All right, well, I will start out with the questions and go from there. Can you tell me a little bit about your role at Special Olympics?
Do you want to go first, Lindsey?
You go first and I'll follow you.
All right. So, hi again, everybody. So, I'm Jeff. I am one half of the health team here at Special Olympics Minnesota. And my role is primarily focusing on the Healthy Athlete Program, which hopefully a lot of you have either heard of or participated in. So, again, Healthy Athletes, where we offer our free health screenings to all the athletes at our competitions. So I do a lot of work working with our health volunteers to get those set up. And then I also do a lot of work in regarding to training providers and students about inclusive health so that they may feel more comfortable to work with our athletes as they come into their clinics or their offices. And then also doing a lot of work on follow-up care. So making sure all our athletes have the care that they need, or if they need help finding any type of providers, that's kind of what I'll help kind of focus on. So.
Yeah. So I am the other half of the health team, Lindsey, and I work on a lot of different fitness and health opportunities. SoFit is one of the big programs that I coordinate. If you've heard of that, it's a comprehensive health and wellness program. Essentially, it is based off of 4 pillars of health. Nell is one of our very own success stories through SoFit. So just finding people that are interested in running the program, getting teams to hopefully try it and see if they can introduce some health concepts into practice. And then as well, introducing it to people outside of Special Olympics. So maybe they've never heard of it, maybe they want to get started, getting community educations or things like that. People started with that realm of health. And then another program I do, not a program, but more like event, is performance stations. So if you're at Hastings this Sunday, you'll see me. We got performance stations going. And if you go through all the stations, you are entered to win Twins tickets. So little plug for performance stations there. But essentially, it's just a bunch of health and well-being stations that you get to interact with people, learn more about nutrition, physical activity, hydration, things like that. So those are always really fun. There's always giveaways involved, and you get to interact with some fun people. The other piece that I do is called Young Athletes. So if you haven't heard of Young Athletes, it's a sports and play program for kiddos ages 2 to 7, and it's designed to be run inclusive. So kiddos with and without disabilities. And a lot of times it's the first kind of entry point that people will have to Special Olympics. And some of them, maybe it's like right after the parents receive a diagnosis. And so our goal is to show families what their kids can do and improve those gross motor skills, all while having fun. I mean, I've gone through some of the drills myself, and they're quite fun, even as an adult. So yeah, a couple of different programs that I coordinate. I also do the fitness challenges around here, and collaborate on some of our bigger events as well. So happy to be here.
Can you tell us why you want to work at Special Olympics?
Yeah, I can go first. So hopefully it doesn't sound cheesy, but I mean, honestly, it's really because of all the people and the mission that we have here at Special Olympics Minnesota. I was fortunate enough to actually get introduced to Special Olympics at a previous role. I had the opportunity to meet some of the staff here, learn a little more about what Special Olympics does. And for me, I was not 100% familiar with everything that Special Olympics offered. I honestly thought it was just about the competitions, but learning more about the programming, everything that's available, left me really impressed. And I always had it in the back of my head that if something worked out and the timing was right, I would love to be involved. And again, it's just since I've started back in September, everybody's been welcoming. You can tell they love their job. They're passionate about what we do. So for me, it's just being involved in something like that, and really something where it's more than a job. It's really a cool opportunity to be involved, and not only to get to know everybody, all the athletes, but I'm making a difference, and hopefully helping all our athletes compete at their best and be able to live their best lives. So that's kind of, for me, why I want to work here and love working here.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. I also was introduced to Special Olympics at my previous job. I worked for a nonprofit, and we decided we were going to have a Special Olympics team. And I said I would like to coach. So I was introduced as a coach and coached some basketball for a little while. And then, was looking for an opportunity to kind of have a broader impact on the community. And I know Special Olympics is dedicated to the mission and vision of their program and all of the things that go with the program. So sports and health and the polar plunge and all of that. There was just a lot of opportunity and potential to reach more people and hopefully get more people introduced to health and wellness, maybe change some fun things, get to know more people. But so it was really just finding an opportunity with an organization that fit who I was as a person. And as well, as a coach, I got to see the impact that Special Olympics had on the athletes that I coached. So it was really cool to take that step of being a witness to it and to now be like a participant of helping to achieve those goals and dreams. So yeah.
Perfect. So it sounds like you are relatively new at Special Olympics. Can you share a cool experience so far?
Yeah, I mean, for me, actually, there's kind of two experiences that really kind of come to mind. So I started back in September, right after Labor Day. So my first event at the end of September, which is bocce and softball over in Woodbury, that was my first experience at a Special Olympics competition. Going into it, I had no idea what to expect, and being new and not really knowing anybody, it's a little nerve-wracking, not knowing what to expect. But the amount of people I met that day and how welcome I felt, and how many athletes that came up to me that I had never met before and introduced themselves and were so excited to meet me. I mean, it blew my mind, and it was just so cool. And it took a lot of like the nervousness of being new away, and just, it definitely felt more welcome. And, I knew I was in a good spot. So that always stuck in my head. And then I would even just say more recently, the opportunity that Nell, which you helped out at with the Bethel University students, we had the opportunity to do a training for them, and then we also did a Q&A where Nell and Kate and Abby all helped with that, and they had the opportunity to kind of sit down with some of their students and ask questions or share some of their feedback. And just the response of the students and how much they loved and appreciated getting to know you three, and really learn about what they could do more as they become professionals, as they become providers. It was really inspiring to see, and I know that they really took a lot of the stuff that they took from you three to heart and planned on putting it to good use. So that for me was really valuable to actually kind of get that firsthand experience of kind of what your guys' impact is to what we can do, especially with providers and students. And it makes me really excited about some of the work that we're going to be doing in the future.
Yeah. So I have a couple, just like Jeff, which I think speaks volumes to Special Olympics because we've both been here, six to 8 months, and we already have like a handful of things that we're like, this is so awesome. So I'll just go chronologically. I plunged for the first time at the end of January, which was probably one of the colder plunge dates that I could have chosen. And now that I'm officially married, I made my husband do it with me, and we both froze, but it was so much fun. I got to bring my parents, and there was so much energy in the air. I had never been to an event like that, and it was so well organized and so many cool, like I made so many cool things happening, and it was just cool to be a part of. And I set up a fundraising page, and I had a lot of people in my life donate a lot of money that I just like wouldn't have expected. So it was cool to see support from people in my life, supporting the cause and supporting my work, and to see that it actually gets to, I get to be the one to deliver where that money is going. So it was really, the plunge was awesome. I mean, cold for a little bit, but awesome. The second thing was the Family Health Forum that we hosted in February. We did like a whole day of really cool speakers and opportunities. Nellie, you were there for that. Jeff, you were there for that. And that was really fun to get people together to talk about health. Sometimes it's not easy to talk about those things. So it was really cool to have people, there and engaging in conversation around healthy living and all different things. The last one is more young athletes related, but I went up to Walker, Minnesota last week, and we visited a Indian reservation and met with tribal Head Start leaders to talk about taking our young athletes curriculum and adapting it to include Indigenous language and images and traditional dress and things like that, so that we can take that and give it to those Head Start leaders, and then they can deliver it to their kiddos. And when the kids look at it, they say, oh, that's me. That looks like me. This is my culture. And do the games and songs and activities that go along with that. So that was a super cool opportunity. And I'm really excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna actually throw another one out there. For me, was the the Jersey Day or Jersey Mike's Day of Giving.
Oh yeah.
Just because we had the opportunity to go to several Jersey Mike's throughout the Twin Cities, and how busy they were was incredible. And it was actually kind of cool. I actually met a lady. She's like, I've never had Jersey Mike's in my life. The only reason I'm here is because of Special Olympics. I was like, that is awesome. And just to see how excited their staff was, and the amount of people that have reached out to me that day and said, hey, I'm going to go to Jersey Mike's because, we want to help support, what you guys are doing. So that was awesome to be a part of and actually kind of get experience that as well.
And I was part of all three of those examples that you came up with. So shows you how much I do. All right. I understand that you work on the health and fitness side of Special Olympics. Tell us a little bit about your health and fitness background, or why you like health and fitness.
Yeah, so for me, and I'm guessing it's probably the same for Lindsey, is growing up, I was always involved in sports and activities. So, it's always been a part of my life, especially growing up. Soccer was a big thing for myself and my family. So, always being involved that year round. So I knew when I wanted to get older, I wanted to be involved in health and fitness. And, I went to school for exercise science. And I've had the opportunity to work in a variety of, different settings, from fitness centers to schools to, a wider range of population, from kids to older adults. And, the one thing that kind of always stuck with me is how much, if you are active and you stay healthy, how much that can have a huge impact on your health. Just even like little things throughout the day can help, with any chronic conditions, things like that. So just the power of exercise for me has always been something that I've been very passionate about. And, it's almost perfect opportunity like this with Special Olympics, where I can take that passion of promoting health and exercise and, putting it to where our athletes are actually competing and helping them compete at their best. So, so it's something that, I feel strongly about, and it's cool that I can do this on an everyday basis.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, Jeff. I grew up playing sports as well. I played volleyball. That was my sport of choice in high school and then in college as well. And the opportunities that were available to me because of playing sports were incredible. I met my core group of friends that were all in my wedding, and I will continue to be friends with for the rest of my life. I was able to travel a little bit, and then I became a coach afterwards, and so that was really rewarding as well. And I still coach in a certain capacity. So just being involved with sports, I think it was definitely a huge part of it. But when I graduated from college, I didn't quite understand like what does like fitness look like when I'm not training for a sport? So trying to figure out what fitness meant to me, and how it worked with, volleyball and what did I even like to do to be active? Did I like going for walks? Did I like going on the treadmill? I didn't know because I'd always been told how to work out. And so I think it was a cool journey of finding ways that I liked to move my body. I'm not good at dancing, but I decided I liked it. So that's been fun. I don't really love running, but I like running outside. I like nature. So just learning all these different things and then finding people that also have that in common has been super fun. And my college I graduated with a degree in health and fitness promotions. I've always liked the idea of helping people become the best version of themselves, and understanding kind of like what Jeff talked about as well, like how those things can impact you. It sounds so cheesy and corny, but they can really change your life. And it's not, a complete overhaul of your life. You don't have to go from eating pizza to eating celery all the time. It's really just small changes, and you notice them physically, mentally, emotionally, and seeing the power of that and how it can change people's lives. I think I just want to be a part of it. I want to be a small piece of the puzzle, and help people feel good and feel happy when they wake up in the morning, despite, other things that might be going on. So kind of that mental, emotional aspect of things where fitness can make you feel more confident in what you're doing, like whether it's balance or your ability to go up and down stairs or whatever that is. And nutrition being like it fuels your body. So instead of looking at it as like, something whether it's like to lose weight or gain weight, but more like, is this nourishing my body? Is this going to make me, feel better? And, using it as fuel to have the lifestyle that you want to live, helping people understand that, and then destigmatizing weight and having that be tied to your health. I think that's a huge thing. It's about your habits and judgment around weight. I would love to get rid of altogether, and just focus on those things that really indicate health. So hopefully able to have a little bit bigger of an impact here and bring that message to athletes and unified partners and external organizations.
So Lindsey and Jeff, can I pop in? Hi, everybody. I'm Luann. I work with Nell and Lindsey and Jeff here at Special Olympics. And I just wanted to ask you guys, what got you interested in working with people with disabilities?
Yeah, so
I'm putting you on the spot because
no,
we didn't talk about this question, but
no. One thing that always stuck in mind, I had the opportunity. Actually, my first job out of college, I worked in a really small fitness center back in Galena, Illinois, and we were in a hospital. But one of the things we actually had a group home, a couple individuals from a group home that would come in like 3 times a week, and we'd work out with them take them through some of the exercises, put them on different equipment. And the relationships that I built with the 3 people that came in were by far some of my favorite relationships that I have from that experience and that time. They came in with such a great attitude. They just loved being there. I had never laughed and had so much fun with these people. So I still miss them all the time. They were just my favorite people. They just came with a big smile. They were really cool. So that always stuck in my head with those 3 individuals. And I just, they left such a big imprint on my life that, if I had the opportunity to build similar relationships with some of the athletes up here, it would really be truly impactful for me. So those 3 people stick in my head, and that's why I love working with this population, with these individuals and all that. So
That's awesome. I can tell by the smile on your face that you have a lot of good memories of those people.
I think half time we spent time just joking off and goofing.
Yeah.
And it was, we did some exercises, but it was so much fun. I loved when they came in Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4:00. They were my favoriteest people to come in. So I always looked forward to that.
Well, you will develop the same kind of relationships with.
I was just gonna say that you'll get that here.
Yeah. What about you, Lindsey?
So ironically, and Jeff and I have never talked about this, I had a very similar experience. I worked at Curbs for women in college, and I worked like Tuesday and Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings. And we also had a group home that came in at those times when I was working. And it was a group of ladies, anywhere between, I would say, 20 and 45. And I was a little naive growing up. I actually didn't know that they had like any profound disabilities. They made me laugh, and they were so kind-hearted. I had so much fun with them. Again, like Jeff, we always laughed and joked around. And it really grew into a friendship where if they didn't come in on a Saturday morning, I was kind of sad. And I was a little worried, like, oh, did something happen? Are they okay? And I'm still to this day friends with them on Facebook, and they message me from time to time and see how, things are going. And then, they would try to bring their friends with, and so we'd grow how many people were coming. And then I got to watch them too, kind of through their fitness journey, become more confident. A few of them had some things with balance that they were working on. And as they kept doing the motions and they kept like challenging themselves with the strength training and different exercises, you could tell that they started to build that balance. And even just walking in the door, opening the door while holding their bag in the hand or whatever it was, they felt more confident and they seemed more coordinated. And just watching what fitness did in their lives and the relationships that they built. There was even a few that were nonverbal, but the communication that happened just through smiling and watching them open up was truly incredible. And to speak to Jeff's point, like, they were my favorite people to work with. And I didn't really think much of it until, they just became friends. And then I graduated and was trying to find what I wanted to do with my world. And I found an opportunity to work with adults on the autism spectrum and other learning differences. So I started working there, and that changed my life. That was my first job, and I stayed there for 6.5 years and found a whole new world of a whole new way of looking at the world. And I don't think I'll ever leave this career field. It's too amazing. So yeah, it's funny that we kind of have the same story, Jeff.
It is. Yeah, well, I think you two are going to add a lot of fun events and opportunities for our athletes. So I know you're just getting started.
They already have started doing
Yeah.
some amazing things.
Yeah,
And Luann, sorry, I totally slipped my mind to introduce you.
that's okay. That's okay now. Did you have, and we should tell people if they have a question for Lindsey or Jeff to put it in the comments, and we'll try to get those as well yet today.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, but in the meantime, Nell, do you have another question?
yes, I do. What is your favorite health and fitness activity?
For me, like I said, I always grew up playing soccer. So if there's still opportunities for me to, play, unfortunately, I haven't played a whole lot in the last couple of years with everything going on. But I'm hoping to kind of get back to that. But just still love playing soccer. Whether it's just for fun or competitive. I used to be involved in several different leagues, so I still love to stay busy. But other than that, I do enjoy running. I do love running. I've done a couple races. I actually did my first marathon a couple years ago, and now I'm kind of getting the itch to do it again. I know some people might think I'm crazy.
I've never felt
You're
that
brave.
itch, Jeff.
You're brave.
It's one of those weird things. Looking back, I'm like, it's one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I was never been so sore at the end of it. But then it's like, that was fun. I feel like I can do better. I want to do it again. So we'll see. But I do enjoy running. I'm hoping the weather keeps getting a little nicer so I can get outside a little more. Just a little cold for my liking, but yeah, I would say those are kind of my two biggest things right now that I really enjoy doing that keeps me busy.
I'm proud of you, Jeff. Marathon is a big deal. I don't know if I'll ever touch that, but
No, thank you.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I still love playing volleyball. I play in a league now in the summer that's starting up actually tomorrow, so it's going to be a little chilly in the sand. But I love playing volleyball still. I love teaching volleyball, which isn't as much of a workout, but it's more than you think. Yeah, I've found that I really enjoy strength training, so lifting weights in a variety of settings, doing body weight workouts, things like that, just to I don't know. I just feel stronger in every aspect of my life when I lift weights and things like that. I also love cooking. I'm not like amazing at it, but I enjoy trying different recipes, finding new ways to eat, fruits and vegetables, and finding really like fun, healthy restaurants. I have a pretty bad gluten allergy, so I've had a fun time finding gluten-free restaurants. So if you need any recommendations, let me know. And yeah, so just exploring all things there. And then I also I'm still kind of a bookworm when it comes to learning about health and well-being. So I love staying up to date on the latest research. We've already come such a long ways as it relates to understanding the body, and we're still learning more. So I heard in a podcast the other day that we'll never fully understand the inner workings of the brain and the extent to which what it can do, because it's just that complex. So I love learning about our bodies and what they can do in different ways to fuel them and take care of them. Sleep is a big one, in case you didn't know. It's a huge one of taking care of your body. But yeah, so I still love learning, which I think is a health and fitness activity. So
I will say one of the nice things about our roles is there is so many different areas we could do more learning on, education, research. I know especially for us, there's so many continuing education stuff we have to do. So it's the nice thing was we always get to keep learning. So yeah, I would love to know if there's certain topics people are interested in that we could do more research on and maybe try to do some more stuff. But yeah, I don't know if it's just all the exercise science related people. Everybody I've met, they love to learn. So I don't know if we're bookworms or nerds a little bit, or what?
Yeah, there you go, guys. Put your ideas in the comments section for Lindsey and Jeff. They're open to all ideas.
Definitely. Yeah, all ideas on topics, different events you want to see, how we can get you that information. Like if you want to join, like if you want to do another family health forum, if you'd rather learn virtually, we're open to all of it because we like to learn and teach.
And you guys are good at trying to meet the athletes where they're at, I think, with whatever option is best for them. We want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Lindsey, I also enjoyed the strength training type exercises. And Jeff, I did one 5K and I thought that was going to kill me.
Well, I would love to try more, do more strength training. And I know I've always been curious about like CrossFit or even powerlifting. I've never gone into that. So if you guys have any suggestions or tips for that, I would love to maybe try it. See how it goes.
I've got connections.
All right.
All right. I understand Special Olympics is opening up in-person practices and competitions. Can you tell us about the health and fitness activities happening this spring and summer?
Yeah, so I think we actually have a couple. I don't know if Lindsey, I guess, do you want to go first and kind of share what you got going on Sunday?
Yeah. So it's starting already this Sunday. We've got performance stations happening at regional basketball at Hastings High School. So those will be going from 10 until 2. Like I said, if you go through them, you get a chance to win Twins tickets. You'll learn a lot of different things about health and wellness, physical activity, rest, things like that. And that will be our first kind of kickoff to spring activities. So that's May 1st. And then May 15th, Jeff and I are collaborating on a really cool event that we're calling Spring Jamboree. And we're really trying to target athletes that, maybe over the pandemic experience some new physical limitations and aren't engaging in programs anymore, or maybe like the competition sports isn't really fitting with what they want in their life right now. Maybe they're aging and they're experiencing some very normal signs of aging. They just want some more body appropriate exercises and sports that they can do. So that is May 15th at the Egan Community Center. We're going to have check-in started around 9:30, and then we're going to have stations all day. So we'll do cornhole, pickleball, cornhole, also known as bags, for you people that call it bags, because that's me. Pickleball, seated volleyball, which we added at the recommendation of the ALC. And then basketball and performance stations as well there. And then we've also got Disability Hub that will be providing resources. And hopefully we'll have a lot of resources for athletes that, can get them connected to communities around them. Pickleball, or USA Pickleball, I think it is actually coming out to do the pickleball station, which is super cool. They're kind of a big deal now these days because pickleball got so big so fast. And we're providing a cool boxed lunch. So that'll be a really fun opportunity. And then I am doing performance stations again. It's not open to the public, but we're working with Minneapolis Public Schools. So all their middle schools and high schools will be going to Bolero in Brooklyn Park and going through performance stations there as part of their bowling event. And last but not least, June 18th at Summer Games Swimming, I will be doing a big blowout performance station. We're going to have lots of volunteers, lots of giveaways. We're going to have some movement opportunities, snacks, all the things. And that will be in the field house. We'll have plenty of space. It's where swimmers will kind of have their hangout spot in between their races and things like that. So, and then I'll be at Summer Games track and field and basketball at Stillwater, helping Jeff with some of his things and hopefully just meeting and greeting athletes. So that's what we got.
Yeah. And then for me on my end, we just did a MedFest screening earlier this month in Minnetonka, which is MedFest is our screening, which helps athletes get updated on their sports physicals, which you all need in order to participate. So that was really cool to get that up and running. We had about 25 athletes that were able to get updated, which was awesome. Other than that, you had just Spring Jamboree, which I'm really excited for. I think it's going to be a really cool event. I think it's going to be a great opportunity to try some new sports, hopefully see some people you maybe haven't seen for a while to get acquainted and be a kind of a fun, easygoing environment. So that should be fun. And then the big event that we have upcoming, at least for healthy athletes, is the Summer Games in Stillwater, which is, I believe, the weekend of June 25th. We're going to have 4 health screenings there. We'll have opening eyes, fun fitness, healthy hearing, and special smiles. So really excited about that. We'll have a really cool incentive if you go through 3 out of the 4 screenings at Summer Games. I guess I can probably say what it is, but if you go through 3 of the 4 screenings, we're going to give away smartwatches. So everybody that goes through 3 screenings will receive a smartwatch, and it looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I'm really excited about Summer Games. I know I've heard a lot about Summer Games. It's going to be my first Summer Games, so it'll be really cool to experience it and see everybody in person. So that should be a lot of fun. And then we'll have another healthy athlete screening in August. We'll do a couple events, a couple screenings at I think it's Bocce in Woodbury. So it's fun to have a lot more in-person events coming. I know since I started, I feel like I've been doing a lot of planning. So it'll be nice to actually put it all to work and hopefully see a lot of you out there in the next couple months.
And I'll be at all of those. So, all right. What event are you? Oh, sorry, I skipped one. For the athletes, coaches, and volunteers out there, how do they learn more about these health and fitness activities?
Yeah, I mean, I think an easier way would just be, obviously we have our website that you guys can go to, which is the son.org. There should be the inclusive health section, which has information not only about healthy athletes, but it has all the information for Lindsey's side. So fitness, young athletes, and I'm sure I can probably speak for Lindsey, but I'm sure you guys, if you want to reach out to us directly, be more than happy to. I'm sure we can share our contact information before the end of it. But yeah, just feel free to reach out to us directly. We're pretty nice. I don't think we would scare anybody off.
They are very nice.
They are.
I'll vouch for you.
So why?
Yeah, feel free to email us, call us. But yeah, I'd say the website's probably the best way to go. And then if you're not already, you need to sign up for the e-blast newsletters that come out every month, because that's usually got all the goods in it too.
What event are you looking forward to the most?
I would say Summer Games. It always sounds like it's the biggest and the greatest event that we have. So we need to experience it the first time. And I think it's going to be really, really cool. Not only the fact, obviously that we're having a lot of healthy athletes there, but I'm excited to see it all in all its glory. And I'm really excited to actually get to see a lot of people in person and get to meet everyone. I know I've seen a lot of names. I've seen people through screens. So hopefully I'm going to meet a lot of you in person. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. I feel like I'm looking forward to all of them, but for their own reasons. I've been planning performance stations for a long time, but a couple of them have been canceled. So I'm excited for this Sunday because it'll be my first performance stations that actually happens. And we have a lot of athletes. I'm excited for that. The Spring Jamboree, I'm super excited about. I grew up in Eagan, so it's cool to host an event in the city that I grew up in. And then as well, the kind of it's a more unique event. So seeing how that happens with stations, and hopefully having some fun visitors, and having it be a little bit more relaxed of an event. And then obviously summer games. I went to summer games as a coach, and walking, it was at St. Thomas, and walking from the parking lot into the, I guess it was the gym where basketball was being played, brought tears to my eyes. It was just so like, it felt so cool. And I've done some pretty high level volleyball tournaments, and they did not feel like that. So it was cool to just see like how special the event really is, and then the energy in the room. It sounds kind of like, I don't know, what's your horoscope, what's your energy like, but like really, like there was intense positivity everywhere. And you don't experience that often, especially now, when people are, kind of coming out of COVID and people are kind of sad. And I'm excited to have that contagious energy back, because I'm definitely more of a positive person. I try to look for the best all the time, which can sometimes be a weakness, but just to be around people who are just so happy and excited to be doing something they love and supporting other people and doing what they love. I think just being in that environment, especially from a staff standpoint, is going to be magical, I think.
Let's see. What makes a healthy and fit athlete?
That's a good question. I know you said this before, and I was trying to think of what would be a good one. I mean, I guess for me, it's one, obviously, being able to compete at your best. I mean, that's what we want you to be able to do. And I'm sure, as an athlete, you want to be able to compete at your best. But not only that, but I mean, just looking at kind of the bigger picture, kind of what Lindsey kind of talked about is, being able to do everything in your daily life, not only just physically, but emotionally. I mean, you can probably throw in spiritually there as well. But, it's just, if there's things you want to do in your life, and, hopefully health doesn't hold you back. Finding what you love and what you're passionate about, I mean, it goes a long way. So, yeah, I mean, I think if we had an easy answer for it, I think our jobs would be a lot easier. But I mean, it really is just finding what matters to you, what's important to you, and working towards that. So, it's, whatever is going to make you the happiest. So.
Yeah. I know it's not probably the answer you want to hear, but I think healthy and fit looks a little different for everybody. So it's hard to just put, kind of like, this is the image of healthy and fit, because honestly, doing that actually does worse for people than, just kind of saying like it's what works for you. And yeah, just a reminder that if you're on Instagram or TikTok, there's a lot of people out there that will try to tell you what healthy and fit is, and just a reminder to you that you are worthy and valued the way that you are, and that's kind of the first step, is knowing that like no matter what, you are worthy and valued, and you are totally ready to play sports and do your thing, and that health and fitness is kind of like the mold and the glue that makes you be able to do all of those things, and not a way of saying, you're not good enough, you need to do this and this. It's a way of adding value to your life, not saying you're not valued because you don't do these things. So definitely like what Jeff said, like using it as a tool to make you a better athlete, and to allow you to do the things that you want to do with your life. I would say what makes a healthy and fit athlete, like maybe some subjective or some objective things that I could say, would be like prioritizing yourself and your health needs. So, making sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're eating every day, and you're eating some balanced meals, you're moving your body in some way every day. Even if one day that looks like walking to the end of your driveway and back, that's okay. You can build on that. Taking care of your mental well-being, because that's a huge piece of it as well. Getting enough rest, being connected to those around you. All of those things contribute to health and well-being. And if you're so fit, you'll find that out. Right now?
Yes.
Nice plug, Lindsey.
I had to.
Why not? That's what we're here for. Well, hey guys, our 45 minutes is up already. Can you believe it?
Going fast.
I know, it did.
Well, I only had only one more question. So I always like to get to know people personally on this show. Do you have any favorite hobbies?
Favorite hobbies? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I still love to be active, like playing soccer, running. So some of that stuff, that's good to me. Important to me. I don't. Maybe it's just because it was recent. Um, I've been rereading and rewatching all the Harry Potter movies, which has been fun. So I would maybe include that. So yeah,
Maybe being a dad.
Yeah,
I do like being a dad. That is pretty
Robert.
fun. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He keeps me busy.
Also, Jeff.
Once on my wife that she might get mad if I forgot about that.
I got your back. One of Jeff's favorite hobbies in the office is to try to jump over the equipment that I pile by my desk for young athletes. So you'll see him doing the balance beam, hopping over cones, whatever.
It's like you said, I gotta keep moving, so I gotta find little
Yeah.
obstacles and challenges in the office.
Yeah.
Hey, Nancy used to make me do planks in the office, so
Let's bring that back.
Maybe tomorrow we can do some.
A plank challenge.
Every day at noon, we're gonna do a 10-second plank and then a 20-second plank. I would say my hobby is I still love playing volleyball. It's that one thing where I don't know how time just passes and I have no idea what's going on as long as I'm playing volleyball. I love reading. I also really love writing. I write some poetry in my free time. And I'm a new stepmom, so I love kind of getting to be a kid and do fun activities. I've gotten back into coloring. Really good at coloring Elsa and Anna from Frozen, and finding those games on YouTube like freeze dance and dance parties and all that stuff. I found that I actually really enjoy that. So finding my inner kid again, I guess. And yeah, I think just being with family, that's another one of my big hobbies. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys for being on today and sharing all things health and wellness with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is fun.
I know, I'm honored. That's so special.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having you back. You've got a lot of things going on in your world. So I'm sure you'll see more of Jeff and Lindsey, and be sure to check out all their events at our events. When you're there competing, be sure to check out Healthy Athletes and all the things that they've got going. So thanks again for being here, and thanks to everybody in the audience for joining us today.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.